Since the dawn of the earliest civilizations of the world, humans have called upon the power of the divine to assist them in their worldly affairs. Most powerful of all divination methods is the use of oracles. These are people trained to take trance of the divine and ethereal beings who can speak directly to us, give us advice and predictions. Great civilizations from east to west have invoked the power of these beings to help in all matters of the nation: economics, war, wealth, and even love and family. Oracles. Are they a myth or reality? From Indians to Nigerians to Scandinavians and Egyptians, people all over the world have held oracles as a very respected and close part of their cultures. It was like speaking directly to the gods and getting answers from the heavens. This tradition of oracles has passed down through the centuries and across many cultures. In recent times, Asia has been famous throughout the world for continuing this ancient practice. For many hundreds of years, local lay people have trained to take trance of local worldly deities and spirits. They offer much service to their communities in this way, standing as a bridge between what is seen and what is unseen, between certainty and between doubt, between the known and the unknown. These mediums channel the energies of supernatural beings to answer seekers' questions, bestow them with luck, grant them worldly favors, and offer them protection against life-threatening dangers. Generations of people have relied upon such beings, sometimes even without knowing what they are really beseeching for help. For the untrained, this business of mediums and trance crosses between a fine line of goodness and ghastliness. If the wrong kind of being is invoked, the smallest mistake on our part can provoke the greatest anger. In some cases, mischievous spirit beings may give wrong answers that lead us astray or cause even more harm in the long term. Some of these beings may have good intentions to help, but because their powers are limited, they cannot really help us in the best and most positive and fullest ways. In all cases, seeking this type of supposed divine help is a gamble, for we never quite know what we're tapping into. If we're not careful, it could cost us more than we bargained for. Unbeknownst to the world, there is an oracular tradition even more remarkable, more impressive, more accurate, and more perfect than we've ever seen. These are the oracles of the Buddhist world, who take trance of beings far more powerful and attain than we could ever imagine. These are the Dharma protectors. There are two types of Dharma protectors: enlightened and unenlightened beings. It is best to seek help and guidance from the enlightened Buddhas. Some come in the special form of Dharma protectors to clear our immediate problems and fulfill our wishes. Dharma protectors are integral parts of the Buddhist lineage and tradition who compassionately help beings everywhere in both spiritual and worldly matters. But this sacred, secret tradition is not a thing of the past. It is very much alive today in some of the world's most powerful spiritual centers. In a quiet corner of India, in a deeply revered Tibetan Buddhist monastery, monks are preparing for a rare and most special occasion. This grand ceremony marks the opening of Serpong Monastery in South India, a monastery of over 700 monks who have dedicated their lives to upholding the secret, sacred religious practices and traditions passed down through many centuries. A powerful trance of Great Protector is the highlight of the opening ceremony. Many come to witness this lifetime experience. The legendary enlightened Dharma protector, Dorje Shugden, will take trance of a highly trained oracle monk to bless the temple and answer questions for the future of the monastery. This is the first time that this oracle will be taking trance of Dorje Shugden in this monastery. Dorje Shugden is a wrathful emanation of the Buddha Manjushri and thus a fully enlightened being. The arrival of Serpong's monastery abbot, His Eminence Yongao Rinpoche, one of the most respected Buddhist masters and teachers of our time. He is received respectfully by all the monks of the monastery and hundreds of foreign guests who have come from far corners of the world to attend this most auspicious event. Yongao Rinpoche officiates the opening of Serpong, reciting many blessed prayers in front of their main prayer hall. Most importantly, Yongao Rinpoche is here to receive the great Dharma protector, Buddha Dorje Shugden, when he takes trance through the oracle. He will represent all the monks of the monastery when he welcomes Dorje Shugden. The monks begin to dress the oracle in traditional clothes, preparing to receive the powerful being of Dorje Shugden as well as several other Dharma protectors. also known as Dhammapalas. This oracle is among the most famous of the Tibetan Buddhist world. His father was also a very respected, famous oracle who would take trance of several enlightened beings as requested by the grandest masters of the land. Oracles in this tradition go through extensive years of physical training, meditation retreats, and purification practices to ensure that their bodies are very pure and resilient. The energies of the enlightened beings that take trance are extremely powerful. Oracles can be monks or even lay people, men or women, but they must all undergo strict training and a lifetime of pure spiritual practices with a qualified Buddhist master. Now, all the monks present begin the invitation prayers and ritual, calling Dorje Shugden and the pantheon of enlightened beings to come forth and take trance of the oracle. The great king Dorje Shugden has arrived. Through the oracle, Dorje Shugden performs a precise ritual dance to purify and bless the area, and to clear all obstacles and negativity. The clothes worn by the oracle weigh over 40 kilograms. A normal person, when out of trance, would not be able to withstand the heavy weight. The hat alone would cause a normal man's neck to snap. This is how powerful and strong the energy of these Buddhas are. Yonggal Rinpoche makes offerings directly to Dorje Shugden on behalf of the monastery. Dorje Shugden remains only for a short while to grant blessings to the monks. The energy is so strong and overwhelming that a human body is not able to withstand this trance for a long period. Now, the oracle takes trance of another Dhamma protector, Setra, a fierce emanation of Buddha Amitabha, whose energy is just as powerful as Dorje Shugden's. This ancient Dhamma protector has existed for over 1,000 years and first came from India, serving the original Buddhist institutions and masters of India. Again, the monks make offerings and receive blessings from Setra. The oracle now prepares to take trance of a third Dhamma protector, Jowo Chinka. This is a very ancient being who is the personal Dhamma protector of one of Tibet's most influential teachers, Lama Atisha. Hundreds of Serpong monks are also present at the trance. Everyone there receives a very big blessing from just being in the physical presence of such powerful enlightened beings. Finally, the oracle takes trance of Kachi Mapo, the Dhamma protector who serves as Dorje Shugden's minister and assistant. Kachi Mapo takes trance through the oracle in a gentler form, which is able to make offerings to the High Lamas, perform rituals, and talk to the audience for a longer period of time. As Dorje Shugden's minister, Kache Mapo for the longest possible time gives blessings as well as answers all the questions that the monastery put forth to him about various religious and secular affairs. Dorje Shugden appeared as the Dhamma protector over 350 years ago. He was recognized as a fully enlightened protector by countless high Buddhist masters throughout China and Tibet. More importantly, Dorje Shugden was endorsed and recognized by the Son of Heaven himself, the Chinese Emperor. There has been a strong relationship between Dorje Shugden and China ever since Emperor Kangxi, who is said to be an emanation of Dorje Shugden. Emperor Kangxi is considered one of China's greatest emperors as he brought peace and stability to China during his reign. Kangxi's father, the Emperor Shunxi, also had a strong relationship with the 5th Dalai Lama of Tibet, even declaring the Dalai Lama as the Buddha of great compassion in the West in 1653. Emperor Kangxi's grandson, Qianlong, continued the Tibetan Buddhist tradition by preserving a large Lama Tsongkhapa statue at Yonghaegung in Beijing. This statue stands to this day. He was also known for building many beautiful large monuments and temples to Lama Tsongkhapa throughout China. As Dorje Shugden manifested specifically to guard the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa, this is a clear sign of how much the Great Protector was a part of the Chinese culture and life. Later, Emperor Dao Guang and the 11th Dalai Lama enthroned Dorje Shugden together. Since the time Emperor Dao Guang recognized Dorje Shugden as the protector of Lama Tsongkhapa's teachings, and because Lama Tsongkhapa's tradition was so highly respected throughout China, Dorje Shugden's worship became increasingly popular among the Chinese. The Chinese royal family maintained close relations with the Dalai Lamas right up until the last empress of China, Cixi, who was visited by the 13th Dalai Lama in Beijing. With this strong relationship between the Chinese royalty and the Tibetan Lama came a deep spiritual bond, which strengthened the pure Buddhist practices in both Tibet and China for many centuries. As a further testament to the supremacy of Chinese royalty, paintings of the Dalai Lamas and the emperors were known to be publicly displayed in the Dalai Lama's Potala Palace in Lhasa, Tibet. The Chinese emperor's endorsement and religious practice was therefore extremely well respected. Both Tibetans and millions of Chinese adopted and upheld the same worship as the emperors of Tsongkhapa, Monastery, and Dorje Shugden for many hundreds of years. For example, Wu Tai Shan, also known as Five Peak Mountain, is known as one of the top 4 pilgrimage places of China and the personal pilgrimage spot of the Chinese emperors. It is a popular pilgrimage site to this day. As Wu Tai Shan is one of the abodes of the Buddha monastery, there is a natural and strong connection with Dorje Shugden. By the powerful influence of the emperors who gained much wisdom from the Buddhas and protection from Dharma protectors like Dorje Shugden, China experienced tremendous growth and prosperity, which is still enjoyed today. But how can a Dharma protector help the rest of us who are not of royal descent? Protectors like Dorje Shugden are fully enlightened beings, so it is very safe for us to pray to them. Dorje Shugden assists us in both worldly and spiritual matters by answering our wishes and providing very strong protection against negative forces and harm. By praying to Dorje Shugden, we gain many innumerable benefits. He can help us to increase memory and intelligence, protect us from physical dangers, protect us from disturbing spirits, negative energies, and black magic, increase our wealth, heal our sickness and grant us good health, fulfill our wishes, and even bring harmony and happiness to our families and relationships. As a fully enlightened being of the highest order, Dorje Shugden will only give us things that will benefit us and never harm us in any way. Many of the highest and most respected Buddhist masters and practitioners have prayed to Dorje Shugden for centuries, and because of their prayers, their Buddhist organizations, works, and projects have flourished throughout the world. These are only some of the most renowned Dorje Shugden masters. There are many, many more throughout the Western and Eastern world, bringing help and benefit to people everywhere. From sacred, historical Buddhist monasteries in Tibet to modern, thriving Dharma centers in the West, Buddhists and spiritual seekers all over the world direct their wishes and prayers to Dorje Shugden. Dorje Shugden comes to our aid swifter than lightning, aiding anyone who calls for him with a sincere prayer. From the prayers of millions everywhere, these great centers of blessings have arisen throughout the globe. From Italy to China, America to Australia. To this day, these temples and institutions stand as powerful monuments of hope, inspiration, and success, and are visited by thousands of people everywhere. The benevolent and wise compassion of Dorje Shugden does not discriminate. He helps not just monks and Buddhist masters, but anyone who needs help. There is no request too small or too big for Dorje Shugden. All it takes is sincerity and faith. As millions of people call on Dorje Shugden to help them today, you too can be a part of this tremendous new tide of change and blessings. Simple prayers done with true faith can bring us everything we have ever wanted, and even more.